Hi, everybody. How are you doing on this Easter weekend? I didn't get a chance to do my 5 minute frequency tune up, which I always pre record. I always pre record, and I just didn't get a chance to do it this week. So, first time ever, I'm doing a 5 minute frequency tune up, which I normally would do on my YouTube channel. I decided to do it on Facebook this morning. My guidance after going for a long walk along the beach with my dog, my guidance was to do it on Facebook. So I will be transferring it onto and downloading it onto my YouTube channel, but I decided to do it here first. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing really, really well. I'm just going to get up on my phone, my Facebook, because then I can chat to anyone that comes on. And I am actually going to do some card readings as well. If anyone comes on live, I'll give you a card reading as I'm live with you. So I decided to do 5 minute frequency tune up. So the reason why I felt really drawn is that I've noticed that a lot of people have been struggling with the whole money drama thing and the 3D reality of, feeling lack. And we're running a series at the moment, which you're very welcome to get the replay of. And it's called kind of alchemizing your inner power as an alchemist. So what it means is you're transforming your life by living more in the frequency of the fifth dimension. So it's about activating your inner alchemist. Okay. And this Wednesday just gone, we ran the second of the series. So there's 6 in the series, and this is the second. And it was about alchemizing your money. And what came from it was straight afterwards, people won something on the lottery. They had many clients book in. People found money on the ground. All those kind of things started to happen instantly. And so I wanted to do a little process today with the guides. I don't know who's coming in yet. I'll see. I've been a channel for, goodness me, nearly 25, 30 years. So I trust my channel completely, implicitly, and I work with the Ascended Masters and the Galactics. And so I just kind of like call whoever wants to work with this. But quite often the Palladians work with things like money. But anyway, so it was really, really exciting. And what's really important is that, we need to feel that we can put the lights on, we can put the heating on, definitely if we live in the UK, and that we can buy ourselves food. And, when we think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we're thinking about, like, we have to feel safe. If we don't feel safe, there's no way that we can actually create from a place of unsafety or not feeling safe. So let's work a little bit with that. And then what I also was guided to do was to put every single person that watches this video into one of my galactic crystal healing chambers. So these are remote chambers, and they decided that they wanted to put you all in the money chamber. So I'm excited about that, and I'm really pleased that that's what's going to be activated for you. So let's see. Now I just want to find out and see if the guides prompt me about anything else. Oh yeah, just one other thing. That's right. On Monday, we start the next series of the channeling. So if you are somebody who, it's a 7-week course, starts on Monday. It's all recorded as well, so don't worry if you can't make it live. But essentially, if you are somebody who wants to take your channel, so your connection to your guides, your connection to sharing your message with the world, whether that's writing, speaking, using your channel of healing, whatever it might be, if you're somebody who wants to expand that, practice in a small group, breakout rooms, and also learn from me. And I've been channeling for 25, as I said, nearly 30 years. I'm a spiritual scientist. I blend the science and the spiritual. So we do a lot of healing. And what we're starting with actually on Monday is healing the witch wounds. So we're going to heal the witch wounds before we even start doing any work with bringing our channels in. And it's really, really important to do that because we've had many lifetimes where I know we've been killed for sharing our message and been killed for being herbalists and things like that. So there's not just this lifetime that we experience blocks, it's from other times before. And of course, epigenetically, we bring in from our ancestors and our parents those belief systems as well. So Monday, we're starting that. So I will leave the link below, but if not, the link is on my website. And that, if you go into events, scroll down, it will say mediumship and channeling. And so you can just click on there to get your place. There are a few places left. I only have a small group. So there are a few places left if you want to come on Monday. And as I said, it's 7 weeks. You don't have to worry if you're not there live every single time. Obviously, it's great to be there live because I'd like to meet you and be with you and share that time. But if you're not there live, don't worry about it. So there's that. So my channeling class, there's the retreat series, and there's also an opportunity that if you want to be one of my members, then you get all the retreats free, you get all my astrology events free, and you get a private call once a month with our group. And also you get an opportunity to work with me privately. So I don't really do a lot of that to people that are outside my membership, unless you step into my soul coaching program, which is my, my kind of VIP program. But you can get to work with me at a much discounted rate if you are a member. So I just want to let you know that. And also there's a lot of opportunity in the membership where if I'm on a show or if I'm doing interviews anywhere else, whatever I offer, my members get it free. And also half price chambers and all sorts of things. So, you've got a lot of opportunities there. I also do recommend my members for other shows and interviews, and there are lots of opportunities to get visible once you're in the membership. So, if you fancy that, then that's on my website as well. It's called the Soul Ascension Mission membership. Okay, so let's get started and let's see who wants to come in and do this 5-minute frequency. Okay, so let's place our hands on our heart and just breathe. Take a deep breath in and just come into your center. So the way I like to do this is to breathe in and hold. So if you can breathe in through your nose and just hold for a few moments and hold for as long as you can and come into that sense of presence and peace, that really, really helps. So if you just come into that sense of presence and peace and then release, obviously, when you need to and you can't hold any longer. And another way of doing it is you can breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you allow that breath just to be elongated. So it just takes longer to breathe out. As you do that, you're connecting in with your higher self. So you're really connecting into that peace and that centeredness. Okay. And that's where you have all your answers, right? In that moment. So then I want you just to imagine that you are connecting down to your feet and imagine that you have a beautiful star under your feet. So this is your Earth star connecting you to Mother Earth, and just feel that energy as you connect. And you might like to imagine a color for your Earth star. So just feel that. Good. And then draw your attention up to your heart and then up to the crown of your head. And just connect in with your soul star. And then imagine a beautiful beam of light. And today it's a rainbow light. So this is ascension. So just feel that rainbow light of ascension coming down over you. Good. And what I'm hearing from the guides actually is just imagine that as healing light, healing all of your cells. Good. And now let's just invite in our guides, guides and angels. So we're going to invite them in to step into our field. And we'll invite them to step out, so you can just feel, excuse me, you can feel a difference. So you can imagine them stepping out and then invite them to step in. Good. And you might notice a slight difference in the energy. You might notice that maybe you feel there are beings around you, or you feel warmth or tingling or something like that. Okay, good. Excellent. All right. So now just be present and just receive, because I'm just listening to, I'm not sure why my voice is croaky. There must be something around our expression. So bringing these guides in to allow us to be able to express out in the world, be visible, so that we can share our message with the world. And then, of course, what happens with that is as we align to our soul's mission and we express our message, we are able to receive more. Okay. So let's just see who wants to come in. Bear with me a second. So actually, this is the Ascended Masters. So I've got Melchizedek here, Metatron, Mother Mary, Jeshua. Many of the Ascended Masters are here. And they're coming in. I do believe that actually they're coming in to do sound healing. So sound healing is going to be present. And they're stepping in and gathering around us. So I want you just to imagine that you are surrounded by these beautiful beings, the Ascended Masters, those that have walked before in a human form and have ascended to no longer need to be human, but to help us from that side, to blend with our energy. Yeah. So we're going to bring through, so through me, I'm going to bring through a tone which is clearing out. This is about our voice out to the world. So about our voice, about speaking, about sharing our message in whatever way. It could be very locally or it could be internationally, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter. And they're going to bring through this tone. So just receive this, okay? This is clearing out anything that stops you from speaking from your heart and speaking your truth. Okay, good. Take a deep breath. Okay, what I could see there was, what they were showing me was the expansion of the throat energy. And I saw it as, when I see the chakras as the ascension frequency, I see them in a much lighter kind of sparkly energy rather than the chakras that we would know, the old kind of energy of the chakras, which is the colors. This is more like a light rainbow color with many different colors within it. And I saw this opening up in our throats. Hopefully it clears this now because it's annoying. So expanding that light out. Okay, good. So now I'm seeing, so I want you to imagine that you have a guide stepping in and they're offering you a beautiful gift specifically for you to place in your heart, which is to do with you sharing your heart with the world, okay? So I want you just to close your eyes and be in that presence of receiving that gift. So you may receive, you may see, know, or feel or sense what this might be. It may just be a ball of light. It could be an actual tangible thing. The other day I got a golden pen. And some people on a call got crystal hearts, all sorts of things, pyramids. So whatever you feel you're receiving is for you, and it's your gift to share your heart with the world. Amazing. Good. Okay, good. So now I want you to listen. So listen to hear any messages for you. And these messages could be something like, what's my next step to share my heart with the world, or to share my message with the world? And just get a sense and listen. Just go into the silence for a moment. Once again, take a breath. And then listen to your message. And of course, you can come back and do this again. So knowing that the Ascended Masters are with you really at all times, you only need to invite them in to work with you. Feel into and notice any inspired pieces that you get throughout today and this weekend, because inspired action is really important as well. So we're not just, sitting at home waiting for things to happen, but it doesn't mean pushing. This week, for example, I feel very honoured that I'm speaking at a summit in London. And I'm excited because it's physical speaking, which is what I've been asking for. So I'm excited that I'm speaking at, and it's called Ideas and Leadership. And I'm speaking about conscious leadership. And it's interesting because my plan is to do a TED Talk this year. I'm just talking to you about how inspired action helps, right? So I signed up to a free workshop last year, at the end of the year, actually over Christmas. And it was a 3-day workshop, and it was to talk about doing a TED Talk. And I've had TED Talk on my vision board for a very long time. So I started working with this amazing lady called Eleanor, and she became my coach. So I put together a TED Talk. Okay. But whilst I'm putting together this TED Talk, she invites me to speak at her leadership Ideas and Leadership Summit. She normally runs them in New York and places like that, but she actually was running one, putting one together for London. So because I live in the UK, she invited me to speak. So this is inspired action. So what happened was, even though I haven't done my TED Talk yet, what happened was I was inspired to work with her. She was then inspired to ask me to speak. I then get the opportunity this Wednesday to speak with the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, many other, cool people going to be on the stage as well. And I get to talk about conscious leadership and share a process, an immersive process with the audience. And I get to network with some really incredible people. So this is what I mean about inspired action. If I hadn't have felt drawn to go on that free webinar for 3 days over the Christmas period, Boxing Day, etc., if I hadn't felt drawn to do that, I wouldn't have met her. I then wouldn't have got her as my coach. She then wouldn't have asked me to speak at this event, and I wouldn't be speaking there if I hadn't have said, I could have said no, right? So we have to kind of feel into opportunities that get presented and then choose whether they're right for us or not. But it is really important to listen to your inspiration. And as you start to heal yourself more and more, and you start to align fully to your mission. And that's what my soul's mission membership, Ascension membership, is all about, is clearing the way so you can truly step into your divinity, your divine path, your authentic self of why you're here. And that's what my members are doing. And it's so beautiful for me to see. They're setting up YouTube channels. They are healing themselves. They're healing their bodies. They're healing their relationships. They're healing their money stories. They're, really stepping fully into their power. And it's really amazing for me to see. And they're on interviews now. And, it's like wherever you are on your journey, you're not a beginner. You just haven't remembered. And so what I help people do is remember their true essence of who they are and why you're here. Why are you here? You're not here just because you're being human. You're here because you've got your light to share with the world. And that is all about sharing your heart. So, I was inspired to write my books. I wrote Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, I was very honoured to win the Hay House Writers Competition. That's on Amazon. You can get that in all formats. I actually recorded it as well in my voice. And that's a healing book, self-healing book. I also wrote a children's book, which I was inspired to do. And that's called The Guardian Wings, to help children remember who they are and that they can be incredible beings in the world. Because I think our old education system, I call it old because it's old, it's outdated. Our education system is trying to put children square pegs in round holes, and it just doesn't work. They're just so advanced souls that they don't want to be repeating stuff. They already know all of this stuff. It's just not really relevant to them. And so I think that's one of the reasons why children suffer in schools, because it's just not really meant for them. And so I wrote that book because I wanted children to remember that they're incredible lights in this world. And that's what I try. I have 2 teenagers and I try to get them, well, they've been brought up that way, but to remember, follow your heart, right? What makes you light up? Because whatever lights you up is probably right for you. And if something doesn't light you up, it probably isn't right for you. And that doesn't mean that they don't have to tick the box of doing things and, getting this bit of paper and that bit of paper. But I think we're definitely coming more into soul-led leadership. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about conscious leadership at this event, because the old way of leadership is telling someone what to do and, directing them. And I know that that is really not how you lead. You lead by being a model of that representation, being authentic. So I'm going to do a card. And where do I feel? I feel these ones actually. Hold on. The Divine Masters. I'm just going to do a card for these energies, because these energies are really strong and really powerful. Being an astrologer as well, I know that Mars has just gone into Leo. Well, Leo's in my 9th house of sharing wisdom with the world, so it makes sense why I'm speaking next week. But also Leo is about being seen, and if you've got Mars there as well pushing you forward, it's a drive, right? So this might be a really good time for you to really kind of feel to yourself, like, am I in the right relationship? Am I in the right job? Does it feed my soul? Am I actually feeling supported in this situation? And maybe you're feeling like you want to step out of the old paradigm. The old paradigm of being told what to do and when to do it and all that stuff. Okay, let's see what the guides want to say. Oh, wow. So Isis, reclaiming magic, call back your power and what is rightfully yours. Yeah. So it's interesting because I actually had a dream maybe last week, I think it was. and Isis was in my dream. And I was told, and it was like a lot of chaos going on around me. And then Isis came through and she said, you can always connect with me. It doesn't matter what chaos is going on around the world. So I think she's coming in, reclaiming magic. You know, I think maybe some of us have forgotten, maybe you've forgotten the power that you have within you. And maybe it's time for you to claim that magic and that power back. Maybe it is time for you to step fully into what you're meant to be, who you're meant to be in the world, what you're meant to be doing. And please, will you let me know in the comments? I will download this for my YouTube channel as well. And if you find my YouTube channel, or if you're new to my YouTube channel, which is just my name, Susan Kennard, I would love it if you could subscribe. What I'm trying to do is reach more people that perhaps need to hear this message, that we are a soul having a human experience, and our mind is not separate from body. Our body and our mind are not separate from our soul, and we are an integrated being. And we're not human doings, you know, we're human beings, but our soul is guiding us at all times. And our body, our physical vehicle, is literally a barometer for our soul. So my disclaimer is I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to heal or cure. But what I will say is that your body is always talking to you, because your soul is trying to convey all the time the message. Am I in alignment with my soul's mission? Am I in alignment with unconditional love of myself? And this is what your body is constantly reminding you of. So if you feel that your body is showing you a message, the question is, what is your soul trying to tell you? And it might be that you're not in alignment with your mission, that you're giving your power away, that you're in a unhealthy relationship, or you're not valuing yourself, or you're ready to go to the next level of your expansion and you're staying small. And so have a listen to that. And if you want a free video course, you can go to my website, susankennard.co.uk, and you just put your email address in and you get a free video course. It's called Awaken the Light. And in that video course, there is a video that helps you. One of the videos is to connect with your guides, to connect with your higher self, etc. And then there's one, connect with the messages in your body, which you might like and you might find really helpful. And if you need any further help, reach out to me. If you want to join the membership, I'll leave all the links below, but it's all on my website. And then look out for my newsletter, because that's where you get different opportunities. I've just recorded a new video course, which is connecting and deepening your relationship with your guides. It's 9 videos, so that's going to be launched very soon. Look out for a free event that's coming up, connecting with your guides. You'll look out for that on my newsletter and on my YouTube channel. That's probably where you'll see it first. And yeah, look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for joining me today, whether you joined live or whether you're watching the replay. Feel free to share if you would like to, if you feel somebody else needs to hear this message, or tag them. And lots of love. Have a great Easter if you celebrate, and get out in the sunshine if you can. Feel the light codes of the sun. I've definitely done that this morning. Really absorb that healing into your cells, helps recreate new cells. When I trained as a naturopath, I understood all about that. And, you really have to have that light. And the Egyptians had it right. Their temples were open. They used to sun worship and glare. So the glare of the sun used to come in and help them heal. And it was always the first light of the sun. So not later on because it was too strong, but right at the sunrise or at the sunset, they would sun gaze. And we're told to wear sunglasses. I wonder why. Anyway, lots of love and see you very soon. Thanks for joining me.